If you like this episode, please subscribe, share with others, rate and review so we can continue to bring you great programming.
This is The Thing About Cars, a podcast for car enthusiasts and the people who love them.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Thank you. but I'm afraid I'm going to have to sue my husband for slander because this was the box that it was in.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, that's rude. That's rude.
Hello and welcome to The Thing About Cars. I'm Mickey Desai. Around the table, we've got Dave Pauly. How are you, Dave?
So far on this call, just along for the ride.
Ben, how are you, sir?
Pretty awesome. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you.
I would like to agree. JD Powers has found Ben to be totally awesome.
You know, we're going to come back to that in a second. Hang on.
Me and JD, you know.
And last but not least today, happy birthday, Misty. How are you, Misty?
I'm another year older.
Yes.
I
that's
don't
true.
know about wiser.
Yes.
But I am another year older. It is actually sunny here
Mhm.
today, so I'm not moist.
It looks like a beautiful day there.
It
New
has-
land speed record to get to the word moist.
Yes. Yes.
So the mystery package that it's on its way to Misty has successfully left U.S. borders, and I don't have another update. I suspect I won't have one until it touches down somewhere in Europe. So I'm hoping it won't take too long to get to you, Misty.
I shall go and I shall check my Post and L app. Absolutely nothing yet.
Yeah, you won't get it yet. It'll be probably another week at best.
That's
'Cause
okay.
International tomfoolery, customs, all that business.
Yeah, well, the
So-
moment it was that.
So we were supposed to have a guest today while Misty's figuring that out. Richard Prince was going to stop by and talk about his book that I have a copy of. It's a very cool coffee table kind of book from our friends at Quarto Publishing. He does a lot of really cool Corvette photography, but just scheduling with him has proven to be a bit of a challenge. So we will probably have to try again if he doesn't join us midstream here at some point. And Dave brings up JD Powers and Associates, and I've always wondered, how do they do their evaluations, and are they completely and totally unbiased? Do you guys know anything about them?
No.
Because I'm like, sorry, Dave, go ahead.
No, please go ahead, Mickey. I'll hold forth in JD Powers in just a second.
Ooh.
I've often thought about, because you never hear about how they work. They kind of have closed doors until they have an announcement to make on their current favorites, as opposed to something like Consumer Reports, which tells you upfront everything that they do with their evaluations processes, and that they don't accept advertising and so on and so forth, so that at least you have more of an idea that Consumer Reports is trying to maintain some sense of some objective integrity, right? And I've never heard any of that from JD Powers, and I'm wondering if they care. Can you game the system and get JD Powers to pay them to say that you're good, or I don't, how does that work?
Do they care if you care?
That's the question.
So
Maybe we should have them on to talk about it.
yeah, if we can find them.
Yeah, right. I'm like, who do you even call?
Yeah, so
They're probably hidden away in Area 51 or what is it, Mount Weather?
Close, Troy, Michigan.
Okay, well, who wants to go to Michigan anyway? I'm not trying to bash anyone from Michigan, but let's just say that is super low on my on my bucket list.
So the JD is actually James David Powers III.
Okay.
Ooh.
And the company was founded in 1968, I believe, to start doing consumer reviews of cars. So it's appropriate that we bring them up.
Yes.
So James David Powers III was known as JD, not to be confused with his half brother Austin Danger Powers from The Spy Who Shagged Me.
So I'm looking at their website, or at least I'm looking at their front page.
Yes.
I
So Powers
would-
actually. So
yeah.
JD actually used to work for Ford.
Huh.
Oh well, he's suspect right then, right there. Okay,
and Misty's off.
there goes any trust I might have had.
Yeah, and so he was in their advertising department, and he started doing surveys to car owners, asking them what they thought about their cars.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then
interesting.
over time, the company has grown into, doing benchmarks, studies and trends across automotive, financial services, healthcare, home, aviation, travel, hospitality, senior living, and utilities industries.
Mhm.
And I always thought, that last one in particular, JD Powers being, asking people, how satisfied are you with your utility industry, area company? What are you going to do about it? You know, are you happy with your water company? Well, they're not putting lead in it, so I guess that's as good as it's going to get.
The bar is kind of low there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bar is super low, especially, for things like water and power, because you're 9 times out of 10, you're locked in. I mean,
Right.
even here, especially with water, but then I pay like what, 15
Right.
euros a month for.
So the interesting one, to your point, Mickey, is can you pay them to give you a good rating? You cannot. I was like on the JD Power search team, and I tried to see if can I get them to endorse my dating profile years ago, and like they were having nothing to do with it. But yeah,
I think that was just a sense of self-preservation
Yeah.
and less to do with do we take, funds for.
But actually, the way they make their money is selling their data to corporations for internal use.
That's right. And that's what I was going to say. They're more of a data there's a term there I'm looking for, data
Aggregator.
mining, data aggregator. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right. Data analytics. Thank you. That's it. And I've got a handful of second degree connections with JD Power. I may have to give some of these folks a call and see if they'll just come on the show and talk about their stuff.
It would be fascinating.
It would be fascinating.
Yeah, and we could have them evaluate, which the thing about Cars panelists,
Mhm.
has the highest consistent quality and fan appeal. Because doesn't that sound like it'll be a fun meeting?
Are you wanting to start like like a battle? Are we gonna have to break out the bling again, Dave?
Fan appeal.
Is this gonna be? I mean,
well, what can we do to improve our fan appeal individually?
Yeah,
I would probably have to shave.
I don't know, but I just had someone that's in one of the in a Discord server is like, "Where's the bleeping podcast?" And I'm like, "We're recording. Just calm your memory glands." And he's like, "Don't talk about them like that. They're super sensitive." And I'm like, "That's TMI." So we have at least one person who was waiting on the release for the podcast.
That was great.
So I mean, I was
Helen, our listener with sensitive memories. Yeah.
Well, actually, it's a dude from Portugal.
Oh, even worse.
Which Discord was this?
It's for. I'm gonna get myself in trouble if I say this.
Okay, it's for knitters?
No, it's actually for people who like to watch sports broadcasts.
That sounds pretty innocuous, Misty. Why is that going to get you in trouble?
It does.
I thought you were going to say something like.
But no, it's mainly a lot of it's a lot of F1 fans, and there was one guy who was like, "You had interviews with the dudes that designed the Miata," and I was like, "MX-5, but yes." Link.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, we did do an interview with Ricky Rackman, and my friend from Portugal was like, "You're kidding me." That's not exactly what he said, but what he said is not family friendly.
Right.
And I was like, I wouldn't poop you. You're my favorite turd. Hey, welcome to the South. That's just kind of things that we say.
I didn't know my eyebrows could do that. That was kind of interesting.
That was cool. Mickey, you almost had hair again for a moment.
For a minute there, my eyebrows were like, "Hey, I'm getting the hell out of here."
So if we have like like a huge jump in in listenership and like past episodes, it's my fault. #blame me, please.
Yes, let's blame Misty.
Just spreading the good word.
Yeah. So welcome to Think About Cars Out of Body Experience.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you scared me for a minute, Misty. When you hesitated on the Discord name, I thought, "Oh God, it's going to be a forum for peanut butter fetishists or something like that." And thank God it wasn't.
No, you wouldn't be able to understand that one anyway. It'd be all in Dutch.
So we're one for extreme ironing.
No, that's my husband's Discord. I don't do ironing. That's why I'm married. What? We work to our strengths.
So out of curiosity, do we have a topic, a trivia question?
No, we're sitting here just sort of dead in the water for this episode. Yeah.
Are we just talking about cars?
Well, I mean, I could, if I could reach the book, I could show you this Corvette, but I can't reach it for now. So we're just gonna have to get
And
Richard to come back.
sounds like a you problem, man.
Yes, it is totally a me problem. But
I love you. Speaking of peanut butter, do you know that in the Markthalle, which is like this big marketplace, like right by my work, there's actually a peanut butter store?
what? Really? You've been
Yeah,
holding out,
it's called
Misty.
the Pinecast.
Doesn't that seem
Wow.
highly specialized?
I mean, it is, but it has like different flavors of peanut. It's the weirdest thing ever, and I'm like, could it be more Dutch? Probably.
Do you sell jelly? No. What part of the title is lost on you?
It is and it's actually like right next to the cheese store.
Hmm.
And fun fact, in Dutch, peanut
Yep.
butter is actually called peanut cheese because the word butter is trademarked and can only be used. So it's pindakaas, it's peanut cheese, because the word butter is trademarked and can only be used for dairy products.
How do you trademark that?
Peanut, I don't know, but peanut cheese sounds like a social condition.
Yes, I don't know. It's a government regulation, you know. I mean, it's kind of like, what was it? You can only call it a trebuchet if it's from the French region of, from the Trebuche region of France. Otherwise, it's just a sparkling catapult. It's the DOP thing, man. It's, they have all this history here in Europe and decide to waste, put their effort to naming conventions.
Right.
Whereas we're just like, easy cheese. I think I'm gonna go, you know what? I'm going to go to Kelly's, which is the X-Pac shop, and I'm going to get me a can of easy cheese, and I'm going to get me some saltine crackers, and I'm going to sit on my couch, and I'm going to gross my husband out. That's exactly
Easy
what I'm
cheese
going
and
to
Ritz
do.
crackers. I thought Ritz crackers was the way to go.
Well, I have to go to Italy for Ritz crackers, and then I prefer to save my Ritz crackers for the Gorgonzola and the Prosecco.
My God, Misty's turned into a European monster.
You just want to go ahead and call me Euro trash like my mom did
No.
one time?
No. All right.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. She called me Euro trash because my son didn't like vegetables, and so I started making cheese sauce to go on the broccoli. And then we went to the US, and my mom got the Velveeta broccoli and cheese, and my son looked at me, and he was really trying to be polite, and he was like, "Mom, I don't think I like this." And she's like, "You said he liked broccoli and cheese." I said, "Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I make my cheese sauce with Gruyere."
Of course.
And my mom called me Euro trash snob, and I'm just never denied it. Never actually tried to live up to that.
All right. I've got a handful of stupid car questions for us here. I've got a picture here of someone who shattered their rear windshield on some sort of SUV, and it's held in place, right? It's tempered glass, so it's spider web throughout, but it's being held in place by something, presumably a piece of window tint. The question is, will this window crumble if they drive? So what do you think? If you shatter a window, should you drive around with it?
I would probably say no, especially considering that some of the potholes in Atlanta have birthdays.
Yes.
Because once you hit that pothole, and that SUV goes diddy-boing, 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 then that window's going to go.
I mean, it's tempered glass, so it's designed to
as little as possible.
Say again, Ben, we're losing you.
The most important thing here is, how about now? Am I okay?
Yep, there's just a lag. That's all.
Hello?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, our connection here has been a little wonky the last couple of days, but I would say, tempered is not so much the important part. It's the fact that it's automotive safety glass, and what you did mention that it is still shattered. Well, the key thing with automotive safety glass is not the glass itself, but the little thin layer of plastic between two layers of glass. This is why the shattered bits don't just all fall away immediately. Automotive glass has a very thin plastic layer in the middle that holds it together. And so, you should keep the driving to a minimum, because once you've already, introduced a shatter, you've weakened your piece of glass. It's like a lot of safety devices. They're only really designed to work once. So get it replaced as soon as possible. But as far as immediate danger goes, that's debatable. Whether the glass is going to drop inside the car or under anybody's tires or things like that.
Right.
I actually just on Friday, the windscreen of my nice, still somewhat new to me Mazda took a big hit on an off ramp. Something hit it. I didn't even see what it was. It was gone so fast. It sounded like a gun going off in the car, but it made about a 5-inch diameter thing in my windscreen. Guy's going to come by tomorrow to replace the glass, but safety glass was one of those points of competition in the early days. Henry Ford resisted it. Chevy had it before Ford did. Because Henry never wanted to change a thing. He just wanted to make mechanized carriages forever.
Right.
But eventually the market caught up.
Yep. Right. So good. I mean,
So I think the verdict is, yes, you can drive with it, but go get it fixed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't want to take that chance. Like I said, there's potholes there that,
Yep. That are named.
have that. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And they probably have elevators in there.
All right. Second question I've got then is, this person asks, why do people put their car seats forward when leaving them parked? They say they've seen many old Honda cars leaving their driver's seat pushed forward when leaving it parked, and they've wondered why people do this and if they should also do this. So
I would say it's because the majority of car thieves aren't like my size.
I've never noticed people leaving their car seats forward here in Atlanta. I don't know if this is I don't know where this person is or anything like that. This is a new one to me.
Yeah, I've not noticed this either. In Atlanta,
the only reason
everyone insists in backing into parking places, but I don't. I've never noticed a car seat forward.
Go ahead, Ben.
I could think of one fairly unlikely reason, and it's fairly unlikely because this would be if you have one of the now increasingly rare two-door cars. If you expect to have to put something in the back seat when you return, having your seat already forward might make it easier. But how many two doors are still around? And even among the ones that are, how many people think that far ahead?
True.
Well, unless you're like me and you have to put your stuff in the back seat when you have a back seat. I don't have a back seat.
Well, I think the simple answer here is we just need more information because we don't know if this is a two-door car or a four-door car.
Well, I mean, it kind of, the first thing I thought of was, if you put your seat like all the way up and someone's trying to steal your car, they have to take time. And that would maybe increase the likelihood of them being caught. But that's the only thing I could think of.
Yep.
Or people are just weird.
So
I think we just hit Occam's razor on that.
I think so too. Yep.
People are weird.
People are weird. That's right. The four of us are especially weird, except for Dave. He's not weird.
Normal is the setting on a dryer.
Yeah, it's not something I've ever heard in my life. I really don't even know how to respond to that.
We're all happily weird here.
I tried to be normal once. It was the worst 5 minutes of my life.
I don't even know what that means anymore.
I give up.
Yeah. All right. So this person says, my seatbelt started to smother me. Why? Any advice? He or she says the car is a Renault Clio from 2021. They've been using this. They've been using the same seat settings since they bought the car. Never changed it. Lives and drives alone. For the past 2 weeks, the seatbelt starts to smother me and even cuts a portion of my neck. I can't comprehend what I could have possibly have changed. The seatbelt is pulled down from near the window, and it's already in its lowest setting since day one. Any advice? Thanks in advance. My first response is get an exorcist.
Stormin'.
I was about to say, Dave, are you free next weekend? Here's your side hustle.
Domine, Ominous, Renault. Yes.
Second question. Wait, how old is this car again?
I'd say it's
2021.
Go, Ben.
Yeah, I would say just take it to the shop and have them check out the retractor mechanism because, something's up with that. I mean, obviously it's not completely jammed if it retracts and they can pull it out and fasten it, but maybe while in motion, it's possible that the inertia thing on it is being a little too sensitive and, making it, jam up.
Right. So
either that or your Renault Clio is a transformer, and it hates you. I mean, it's either possessed, it's a transformer, or your inertia doohickey.
Your inertial dampeners are offline.
It's a transformer that was condemned to live as a Renault Clio. Of course, it's pissed. It's full of self-loathing.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
All right, the last question I have for us today. This person says, can I legally drive a vehicle with two plates on it simultaneously, a USA plate and an EU plate? They say they're planning on getting a sailboat to sail the world. I'm thinking of getting a moped to bring on the boat and spending time both in the USA and EU. If I got registered for plates in both the US and EU for the moped, is it possible to just legally leave both plates on simultaneously all the time, or would I need to switch them out?
No, you cannot have. And actually, I want to say, I mean, because there is no EU plate. There is every country in the EU, and actually, that's based on residency. So if you don't have, I mean, you can spend time, I can spend time in Germany all I want. I'm still not a resident, thank you God. Um, so like if I were to import a car or if I were to move from the Netherlands to, hold on, I gotta go run through the list of countries I won't move to Italy, and I were to take Claudette with me, I would have to actually have her deregistered from the Netherlands and re-registered and have Italian plates after a certain period of time. It's the exact same thing as moving from Georgia to Virginia.
Okay.
I mean, it's literally the same thing. But I mean,
And
if you're going to bring a scooter around and you're not, I mean, you don't have residence in an EU country, I don't actually know how that would work.
What were you about to say, Ben?
well, plus it's a very small vehicle. You've only got one spot to mount one, which means putting two on at the same time requires a little extra effort anyway. So, and because we're talking about plates from different sides of an ocean, it's not like there's that much of a convenience factor there either. So,
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even bother. I would just buy one here. No, I'm serious. I mean, you can just go on Marktplatz,
yeah,
Facebook Marketplace, and go to the local secondhand two-wheeler dude and and get one for uh, you know, anywhere from 800 to 1200 euros and then turn right around and sell it when
Yep.
you're done. Unless you
Yes,
really, really like it and
My
it like really
that,
made you feel like awesome.
Dave.
that makes more sense because mine was to put it on the 3-ring binder and just flip them.
yeah.
I suspect. Sorry, I suspect that if you're on a sailboat moving around the world, maybe taking the time to sell a moped is not a good idea. But
Well, then you just found someone named Pietro and you just go, hey, ciao, baby. Do you want my Vespa?
right.
Yeah.
See, that's you got a pretty mouth.
I am from Rabin County, thank you very much. Which is where they actually filmed that movie. Which
Oh,
means like all the extras are my relatives.
right. So
I
those
just
are
admitted that in public. Oh my God.
the.
I'm
That's all the
having
questions I've got for today. I don't have trivia or anything else. Tim is off celebrating with his family. Dawn is doing something similar, I believe. Um, so we'll come back again in a week, and I'm going to call Prince again to see if he can join us next week. I hope he can, because this is a
I
really good
have a
book. He's a really
question.
stellar photographer. Yeah, Misty, go ahead.
I have a question. Because this was something that was touched on because I told you that I had some new people that were like, you talked to the founding designers of the MX-5. This was something that Bob Hall touched on, but he never actually said it. And maybe Ben knows this because you remember how he said what the engine sound of the MX-5 was based on? Do you remember?
I do not remember this.
And he said it was Emma Peel's car.
Oh,
So
yeah.
which car is
Oh, okay.
that
Emma Peel's car.
That would be a
of the
Lotus Elan.
Avengers? Ta-da! And I saw
Yeah,
someone
Lotus
want y'all to
Elan
know
Series 2, I believe.
that my husband wanted to argue with me about when they stopped making the Lotus Elise. And then he
Apparently,
looked it up and stopped arguing with me because he's my smart.
apparently Emma Peel's actual car that was for sale earlier this year. I'm sure it's sold, but I don't
Well,
know
I
for how
didn't get it
much.
for my birthday.
Well, I'm sorry. We have failed you, Misty. I
No,
apologize.
y'all didn't fail me. I mean, Emma Peel's original car was for sale and I didn't get it for my birthday. Hmm. You notice I'm looking over my computer because you know who's sitting behind my computer? That would be my husband. Wow,
Oh,
he is just not having a good track run this year. Poor guy.
poor guy.
I kind
So
of feel
we'll
sorry for him, but I
Misty
don't.
put him on the line and we'll talk to him.
Okay, yeah, you'll just have to talk to him. But no,
Oh,
it's
do we really want to go into the realm of couples counseling in this show?
Negative.
see. But I'm excited.
I'm just thinking about every one of our spouses that I have met. Like it would make for colorful airtime, but dot dot dot.
Right.
Dot dot dot. See, and I'm gonna put it out there. We have like our own little private messaging group on Facebook, and all y'all are just like, hey, let's go meet for lunch, and I'm like, I'll just sit over here with my peanut butter sandwich
See,
because
there we go
none
with
of you
peanut butter again.
Peanut cheese, peanut cheese.
Peanut
peanut
cheese.
cheese, yeah. Unfortunately, peanut cheese. Hi, hello, hey, Las Pentecost.
I am gonna have nightmares about that term.
I think, I mean, I honestly think that we just have, a new secondary mascot.
Secondary mascot, hell, I'm thinking we started a telethon.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I guess what I'm asking is like, when are y'all going to come see me?
Yeah, we need to figure that out. We do need to figure that. I was hoping to do it at the end of April, and it's just not going to happen. But
I mean, I already have the restaurant,
yep.
And I mean, I know the good hotels.
So now we have the formal invitation from Misty to go visit the Netherlands.
Say I put that out loud, and and in public.
Now we just need to find the airfare, or at least speaking for myself, I need to find the airfare.
Yeah.
I mean, surely Dave still has some connections.
I don't like to lean on my friends for their connections. Not like that. Ben, on the other hand, I'll lean on him all the time. But
yeah, see.
Ben,
right.
Ben Lower, emotional crutch.
Yeah. Well, and besides that, it's just been a really, really, really slow week. There's no F1 till the end of the month. Although all the kerfluffle about Max's first championship, they're saying, oh, he didn't win without the FIA's help. Well, Felipe Massa may be challenging Lewis Hamilton's first title from 2008 because it appears that there was a little bit of hokey pokey going on.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Hokey pokey.
Drama. It's like a soap opera.
Yep.
You get a bunch of men together with cars, and it's just a soap opera. Love it. Love it.
So today on the thing about sexism, we're going to Misty has got that indignant look.
The thing about peanut cheese.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm flashing back to George Carlin's. My beer nuts turn to cotton balls. I'll be back to you.
I'm sorry, Dave. Do I owe you like a big bottle of Prosecco?
I'll take it. It's cheaper than therapy.
All right. I'll be in Italy from the 2nd of June for 3 weeks. So if you can manage to make your way to Marco Polo Airport, give me a holler. I'll come pick you up. You can stay in our cabin, and we'll have mimosas or bellinis for breakfast every morning. It counts as a breakfast food because it has juice in it.
Ben, were you about to say something?
No.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the note we're going to end this episode of The Thing About Cars on. And thank you, as always, for listening to us. We could use your suggestions for future car topics, questions, trivia items. Please send all those in via the website, thethingaboutcars.com. We are going to work on Mr. Prince to see if he can come back to the table because this Corvette book is really beautiful. And I think there's some other good stuff on the horizon. So, again, thank you for joining us. We hope you're enjoying the day. Stay safe on the roads. We'll see you with another episode in about a week. Take care, everybody.
Who wouldn't want to join a show this classy?
Don't eat the brown jelly beans.
What?
Don't eat the brown.
Thank you for listening. This has been The Thing About Cars. We'll see you on the road.